And now I'm going to continue this turn here. The Australians have landed on Timor, and that's about to be captured. So I'm gradually just picking off outposts of the Japanese Empire. I'm going to be landing. There's a lot of undefended sites that produce income, and I'm going to just gradually just capture one after the other. And then after a while, when I get more Marines, I'm going to start capturing these national morale objectives, all these islands, and hopefully provoke what's left of the Japanese Navy to come out and try to challenge this. But I don't see this happening, with any success. So now let's continue to turn. I'm going to be transferring these units over here. Develop a fleet in this direction. So I got 2 battleships. Eventually I'm going to transfer to carriers from the Mediterranean that can assist in providing air cover for an offensive into Burma, and also be strong enough just in case some Japanese ships decide to come and interfere in this direction. I think eventually I'm also going to take this South African unit and land them in Penang or Kota Baru, just to create a nuisance here and possibly divert a couple of units from the Burma front, so they'll be easier to take. I do have Wanting fortified, and later on I'm going to move down towards Lashio with that unit while I'm making a major attack towards Mandalay. But that's down the road. But now my first priority is to start preparing for landings in France. And I got plenty of money. I may as well start loading the American troops into transports. I'm going to use long range. Yeah, this is expensive, but it has to be done. Got 3 Canadians or American. Right, get this one moving. Got 3 more I can load. And I'm going to cover them with some ships here. Okay, I got an airborne unit ready to drop. Can bring a British unit down here. See, can I load one more? Loaded another one. I can bring this one up, and now I can start bringing some more units in. I got a transport here. Let's see what else. One American unit. I can bring that one in here. I'm going to bring the fighters closer. Because hopefully I can capture them with these amphibious units, a port or two, and then I can just start transporting units. Alright, let me see purchase. I do need another headquarters, but I think I'm going to have to do with 3. I'm going to bring this one. This one needs to land somewhere. Okay, these two are going to be heading over to the Atlantic. Got to operate this bomber. Yeah, right here. These two can operate the next turn. This airborne unit gets sailed the next turn. I'm going to provide cover here. Let's provide some cover for our transports. If anything shows up, at least I can bomb him or destroy him. I'm going to use these other destroyers here. Kind of blockade these Axis ports. Then I'm going to investigate what I can find. Oh, I screwed up here. Oh, no. Oh, this... I guess I'm going to have to do this as a follow-up, but that's... Oh, that was dumb. I should have put that one on long range, but it's going to have to come later. Okay, United States is out of money. Send one bomber. Over here in this direction. That's 8th Air Force Strategic Bombers. Bring them a little bit closer. This is Bomber Command. They all get 2 shots. But I just want to make sure I have enough fighters. I got 1, 2. Got 1, 2. I got 3 fighters. That should be adequate for now. I have 1 fighter left in the Pacific. So I got 3 American fighters, 1 British fighter, so that's 4 fighter units, and then the rest is bombers, and there's more bombers coming. So that should be plenty of air. To start this invasion. I'm going to use a decoy. I want to see what there is up here. There's nothing there. Okay. I may land a British unit in Groningen just to divert. Yeah, 1 core Groningen, and then the main attack is going to be here. Hopefully there'll be nothing there, but I can still search. Keep these guys up here. I got to do this very, very carefully. I already made a mistake with that British armor unit. Get this one on his way. That's pretty much for the American. And this headquarters is going to move there. So I'm going to have 3 headquarters. I may have to build a 4th one. So I have 2 fighters, and I don't know if I'm going to need that. I may transfer 1 more fighter. Bring the bombers up to Tunis and get ready for assaults on Sicily. I'm going to have to bring... Alright, these carriers are going to have to go back to port and replenish, and I'm going to have to use them for the invasion of Sicily and Italy, and then I'm going to send once the Italian Navy is gone and destroyed, all these units are going to be heading towards the Pacific. Let's bring these close to port. So I'm going to have 2 armor units, a regular army, and a couple corps, and that should be enough to keep Italy busy. I may only send 1 American unit over and just keep one in reserve to possibly maybe make a sneak attack into Rome at the right opportune moment when Italy surrenders, maybe grab Rome. That would be a very good... I'll leave these guys here. 197. What else can I do? Okay, I can't just transport. See what Britain can do. Let's research. Do long-range aircraft. Oh, ground attack. I should have done that. I'll do that next. Ground attack would have been better. Oh well. I think that's it for now. And let's see what the weak Soviets do. Bring this Gibraltar battleship over here. That one can head towards the Pacific. Alright, let's let the AI do his moves now. I wonder if the Germans are going to move some of their capital ships forward. That would be okay. Yeah, that's where all the action is in Kuibyshev. Just abandon Moscow, abandon everything, and really ridiculous strategy. They got no chance against the Luftwaffe. One Panzer unit gun. That one's out of supply. Leningrad is besieged again. Way out in the middle of nowhere, that's where they're posting their units. And Vichy, Germany did not annex Vichy. Well, at least they got a little infantry warfare. Vichy, France still exists. Germany did not annex it with the fall of North Africa. So it looks like I'm going to have to invade or declare war against Vichy. And the Vichy French, I mean, they fight like crazy. You have to capture their capital, and then even after that, they can spring up partisans. And they resist the Allies. They're staunch fascists. I think they even have a couple battleships. But it looks like I'm going to have to take out Vichy France. Now, a situation can develop where you liberate France, and then Free France and regular France can be at war with Vichy France. But I have played other games like this, European war grand strategy games, where once the United States occupied Vichy France and France got liberated, it did not become French. It actually became an American state. The U.S. would not let go of it. Hilarious. Okay, there's a carrier. All right. All right, the Japanese are attacking towards the Solomon Islands. I hope they don't have troop transports. Are they going to advance towards Saratov, the Urals? Bye-bye, tank army. Beznorodie has fallen. Okay, here's already some some mechanized units approaching Kuibyshev. My God, if they do take and conquer Russia, it's going to be impossible to beat this game. That's why I think I'm landing in Europe just in time. But that's a lot of German units tied up there, and then it is going to cost for a lot of them to strategically redeploy back to France. So that means the Germans aren't going to be able to spend that much on rebuilding units if they have to redeploy a lot of these to France, and that's going to give the Soviets a little breathing room to hopefully advance a little bit. And maybe Moscow will hold. Oh, Japanese, don't get your hopes up on that front. It's not going to happen. Where Volkov cannot fall. It's going to be hard to take Leningrad, but it can be done. But Kuilin is going to fall. See that whole pocket in Changsha, Guichao, Chongqing. But put enough pressure on them. Ow. They're ready to enter Moscow. Massing on Leningrad too. All right, they send an Italian unit down. My English unit should hold. I guess there's enough defenses around Kuibyshев and then possibly Perm, even if Moscow falls. Yeah, Saratov looks like that's going to fall too. Better remove their fighters if they want to make use of them. It would be bad for the port of Astrakhan to fall. That's a lot of economic points. I hope I have good weather. I don't want to have rainstorms. All right, I got another Marine and a bomber. Okay, Marine, go to California. So I got two more and another bomber that's going to be going to Europe. All right, these two. Okay, I can upgrade this one, but I can send this guy over. And this one can transport, but first, let's make sure. How far can this guy go? Yeah, this one only can go this. Yeah, I should have made long range. All right, now I got to explore a little bit. All right, there's an air unit. No, it's not going to do any good. All right, there's a unit right over here, Cherbourg, Le Havre, Caen. All right, so there's all the coastal guns here. I know there's probably something in St. Malo. Let's take a look at St. Nazaire or Nantes. Nothing there. Missed. Okay, let's put this one there. All right, so I need to knock out Brest and Cherbourg and Saint Malo possibly. Maybe Le Havre. Let's take a look over here. Okay, this is going to be my diversion. All right, this is the diversionary attack. It's going to maybe soak up some German units and keep them away from the main objective. All right, now I'm going to use my strategic bombers to soak up the fighters on the coast here. You know, soak up the fighters. So let's use Bomber Command and hit Cherbourg. Good. Let's do it again. All right, there's one fighter group. Then I'll see if there's other fighters that... All right, well, doing damage. Excellent. All right, now let's see the American bombers. Hit Cherbourg again. There's another fighter group there. Hope there's not more. Like two, hope there should be enough. Oh, that took damage. Let's hit it again. Same fighter, okay. And now, oh, defensive. I forgot about this damn defensive naval fire. All right, let's, oh, I forgot all about that. There's a Canadian Army unit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! It missed. All right, let's bring this. Oh, don't tell me. I need to use an air unit. Shattered, good. Now I want to unload this Canadian unit. Yeah, I get a shot right there. So Brest has fallen. All right, there goes. That air unit is gone, but I need to capture St. Malo to get any kind of supply going. All right. No range. That's good for Cherbourg. Yeah, I don't have enough bombers. All right, let's. What is this? The 12th Army. This is risky, but hit that headquarters and land here. And now I can also land some paratroopers. That was lame. It didn't do much here. Let's move back for one. All right, now I do have to take Cherbourg. Well, at least I got a St. Malo and a port here, and I got Brest, so none of these units are cut off. And the German Rundstedt headquarters looks like I can destroy it. Now, if I can just take... Well, I got 3 American units ready to land. Fire once. And let's take out this German headquarters. Good. So I got 1 American unit landed. Excellent. Get this Canadian unit landed. Now I can land another American unit over here. Okay, so all the units are supplied. All right, and I achieved total surprise. Brest, these units are cut off here. So I got this Brittany. The Cotentin Peninsula has been taken, so I have officially landed in Europe. I don't think this is going to be too valuable right now. Now let's do some damage here. Excellent. And the fighters have done their job. Destroyed 1 German fighter unit. Got the units ashore. Now it looks like St. Malo will be a full port next turn. And Cherbourg will be in 2 turns, so I can start sending units in. I did have the diversionary unit in Groningen. I don't know if it's going to hold out long, but that's just to divert the German units, and I have achieved total surprise on the French coast. Now, it just depends what the Germans are going to throw at me, but whatever they throw at me, they're going to take away from the Russian front, I guarantee you. And I'm just going to have to send more units. Okay, this American unit can get ready. I don't know how much. I'm going to have to start preparing for an invasion of Italy soon. Oh, the German unit coming down here. Okay, all right. I like it. All right, Heraklion Creek's been liberated. Let's get the American carrier and the British carrier. Get them replenished. I think I can send a submarine to the Pacific. I only think one's good enough. I don't think I need any more. So let's get this one to start harassing Japanese convoys. Let's get this one ready for transport. Get these 2 bombers over here and replenish them. And once Tripoli becomes fully supplied, I can start loading these and start hitting Syracuse. What is in Syracuse? Garrison, that's nothing. It's going to be easy. Let's get all these next to a port so they can transport. This one... What do the British have left? 485. I'm not going to worry about this yet. But I think the unit will hold in Kalamata. Yeah, it's only like one attack. But it did divert a German and an Italian. So I'm already diverting some troops. I think they got to be coming from the Russian front. Or whatever else they're building is going to have to totally oppose me here in the... So these guys can be ready for transport. Oh, excellent. Bring the fighters closer. Yeah, my fighters did a really good job. Let's reinforce them. Did destroy a German fighter. Got probably another one here. So that's very important that I have air superiority. But I did. 1 coastal gun and another unit surrounded, and Nantes will be taken next turn. Saint-Nazaire. So I'll be able to advance there. And I'm going to have to get the headquarters. Okay, this one's going to... Eisenhower. And before I forget... Okay, Bradley. They can all wait here in the channel until they can be unloaded to a French port, Saint Malo. Yeah, they can all be unloaded at Saint Malo, I believe, and then Cherbourg and a couple other turns. So yeah, I don't see. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Yeah, the Germans may fight ferociously, but that ferocious fight is going to cost them on the Russian front and probably stop them from taking Moscow, maybe, hopefully. All right, we got the We'll move the British later. They only have an airborne unit now, but then they're going to have armor and another infantry unit following up. I don't know. The only thing I may have been able to is also take Le Havre had I done it correctly with this unit, but maybe not. All right, let's go back up here. I don't know if the German Navy's going to dare to come out, but let's get this headquarters. Get this one up here. And I'm going to keep one American unit just in case I have to do a sneak attack into Rome. And the British are going to be invading Sicily and Italy soon. But there's time for that. So there's going to be another diversion. But I did get the men ashore here. And we do have plenty to spend. Let's go to let's just take a quick look here and make sure I didn't miss anything, that everything has been moved. All right, now. Airborne unit. It's going to come in useful. Let's upgrade the medium bombers. I'm going to operate these bombers, so I'm going to have more tactical bombers. Yes. Yeah, but there's just no space to put them. All right, hold on. You're going to Cambridge because I want the tactical bombers to possibly either hit Caen or Le Havre next. Possibly Le Havre. That would be a better choice. So let's take him to London. I don't think the Germans are planning Operation Sea Lion anytime soon, so yeah, I've taken some resource points away from them. That's also important. So this unit, that'll be next turn. So I got 2 more air units arriving in Europe. And I got plenty to spend. So I've done everything in the European theater, I believe, that I can do right now. Landings have occurred. And now let's go to the Pacific. And Dili has to fall. All right, yeah, we have some action here. Oh, yes! Oh, whoa! Let's go back. Let's hit that carrier. Now let's hit those carriers. I do have the fighters. Do another run. Fire again. All right, got the Kaga. Excellent. Oh, they did have interceptors. Oh, there's the whole Japanese fleet. Woo! Well, I can just bring this guy back, get him ready for invasion. There's the whole Japanese fleet. So I sunk a carrier. It's gonna have to replenish some aircraft here, but now I got a problem with this submarine. There it is. All these lucky dives. Oh, but I did hit it. Let's go back. I don't know if this is going to help. No, I'm not going to bother. Let's go back here and stay there. I don't know if these ships are going to come and attack, but I did sink another carrier, so that's going to take away their air power. I'm just going to have to rebuild. Good thing I brought those maritime bombers right in that direction. Boy, there's the Japanese fleet. Got another little carrier. Well, at least. All right, did some damage. That's a Zuikaku. Now, they got some big battleships here, but they're going to come into the Coral Sea at least. Well, I do have some power here and then some air units, but let's bring this cruiser. Add it to the fray here. Okay, these guys are going to have to stay over in this here direction. Because I don't know if there's more Japanese ships, so this will be another fleet over here. And it's going to be joined by most of the Mediterranean fleet and the carriers, so I'm going to have a lot of naval power coming on against the Japanese. And this gives us time to recover before I even consider using Marines. But I prefer to put this guy into buoying into the city. But yeah, another Japanese carrier sunk and another one crippled. I may be able to sink the Zuikaku unless he pulls him back. But doesn't have many destroyers, so that's good. So whatever offensive they're planning, I don't think there's any ground troops or amphibious troops. I don't think so. Let's see if the fleet's going to come down. I do have battleship. Yeah, I can gang up on them between the air units. And let's put this one on a long-range amphibious transport. Hide him over here for now. I think I'm going to land in Mataram or Makassar. Let's put him in Darwin. And this one's going to be able to jump to one of these here. Then I think I'm going to maybe Manado. Yeah, send him to Manado. I don't think there's anything there. We'll see. I wish, yeah, I should have kept one ship, but do I need to? Let's bring a destroyer because I don't think there's any Japanese subs here, and my carrier can destroy them. Let's bring a destroyer over here. See if there's any Japanese shipping. No. And this destroyer can investigate Kindari, anything, and then also possibly after that be sent over here for Japanese submarines. And it's raining. Well, India. Let's see, India purchase. Okay, I got an army ready to produce. India needs to do research. Like, let's do some infantry weapons. Gonna have mobility soon. Let's do infantry weapons. And I like to have level 2 infantry weapons with India. And that way it's gonna be a great offensive. Keep this one in Wanting and just get ready. Let's send this aircraft carrier for replenishment. Now I'm going to send one British battleship to the front here to assist in case I only have one battleship and a bunch of cruisers, just in case this whole group just decides to come down here. I think I'm going to send both of them. It's only a temporary thing because I can, once that battle here is resolved, I can send them back. I think that's enough, the submarine and the carrier, plus I got another sub coming from that direction. And eventually I'm going to send let's fix this destroyer. I can send this battleship. So I'm going to have a battleship and a submarine going into the Bay of Bengal. And this should be a big enough fleet here off of Australia to defeat anything that the Japanese throw if they want to send the full weight. The only thing is this air unit is not in a port. I'd like to put it in a port because it can get shore bombarded. Well, whatever they do, I'm crippling them, so... Let's upgrade infantry weapons. Okay, this one's upgraded. So hopefully I can upgrade this one. And then get them at least upgrade infantry weapons, and then I can start possibly preparing for amphibious invasion of Nauru and Tarawa. I'm going to keep the headquarters here. So I got 3 units. I got 4 and 5 marine units that can start amphibiously invading all these islands here. And I'm going to use air units to defend and ships to defend here. So it's going to be a while before this port becomes 5, and where I can just amphibiously invade other spots. All right. United States 452, Britain 361. I need to purchase all right, I got to get patent in a few turns. That's good enough. And the British ground attack weapons, research that. And 186, what else can I research? Got mobility. Do some industrial technology. And Britain, yeah, I got 2 more armies coming and a Canadian destroyer, so then I'm just going to build some more air units and some other units gradually, but I got enough British units, core units to assist. But it's going to be more American units that are going to be coming over. Let's see, production, purchase, American. I got 3 armor units on their way, and I do need to build some more infantry units. Well, there's plenty here. I just can't afford any losses. Yeah, that I can't afford, just ridiculous losses. It's going to have to replenish, upgrade, reinforce, and just keep on sending them over and building more, as the time goes by. All right, so U.S. and Britain, are you done? Yeah, I got to get ready over here. And this one can load up soon. I can have the 2 armor units and this army load up and get ready to conquer Mount Etna and break the Italian morale, hopefully. I don't know, maybe still be 1 battleship and a cruiser or a destroyer, I don't know. But this should be enough what I have left in the Mediterranean. I'm going to replenish these 2. And let's see what else. All right. It's time for the AI to do. Yeah, I hope the Ivans, the Ruskies, are happy. Oh, I hope Stalin should be happy a second front has been opened, but they're getting excited now. Well, don't get too excited. You still got a mighty German army there. They need armored warfare and they need mobility and infantry weapons. Soviet morale boosted. Yep, Timor liberated. Rough seas, come on. All right, advanced fighters level 3. All right, infantry warfare. The Americans can finally fight. And the Soviets, I believe, armored warfare, they can shoot twice with armor. That's good. Though they're still hurting, but at least their armor gets 2 shots now, so that will can hurt the Germans a little more. Now that they have to divert units to the French front. All right, there's a Romanian unit already. Yeah, they're already moving. That's even costly, these redeployments. I don't know how many destroy. Yeah, I only saw one destroyer. Japanese are terror bombing Chinese industrial areas. Problem is that army unit can just march up and destroy a fighter and capture Saratov. You're out of supply now. That's it. There you go. There goes Saratov. Well, they're right against Moscow. I don't think the Caucasus are going to be captured, not with these Italian units. Battle of Mongolia. Oh, Quailin has fallen. I think Moscow could probably hold just in time. Well, they better not ignore France. Yeah, they're out of supply. Oh, no counterattacks in France. Well, I don't think they had any units to counterattack, but they may now. But the Germans did lose a headquarters unit right at D-Day in the first turn, so. All right, there's a unit there. All right, 15th Army UK. Move it here. It's going to transport. Canadian destroyer. Let's put it in here. United States carrier. So that's going to, may have to upgrade it. And some fighters. They can go to Europe. So I got more air units to send to Europe. But first, let's do some repairs over here in this part. Oh. Oh. There's a couple ships here. There's a carrier. Yeah, those fighters are going to have to be repaired. I got another shot. Definitely next turn. All right. I can't afford to lose this guy. Oh, that. Did I get another shot? All right, let's get back to port. That is damage. I have done damage on that carrier. I know the other carrier probably retreated. But let's get down here, just in case these ships try to enter. But next turn, I definitely need to replenish. I do need to move and replenish these units. But I think they only have 2 carriers left, so I did damage. They just hang out here. My maritime bombers can hit them. Nothing in Mataram. So let's move. The sub went there, but that's okay. It's more important to destroy the carriers and the capital ships. But yeah, the Lorengau took a beating here. That's going to have to replenish next turn. And you are landing in Mataram. So there goes another outpost. Let's get this one going. And this one will land in Makassar. And this one will land in Manado, but I'm gonna wait first. Yeah, there is a special force unit down here in Celebes, so I don't think there's one. No, there's nothing there. I checked already. Well, these guys are going to have to wait till this port becomes operational, and then I may plan an invasion of this main island here, Surabaya, Batavia, and start taking away. All right, so everything's going pretty much according to plan. Let's bring these British battleships. Maybe we'll just go up here and just do a job on these Japanese ships. Let's get force. There's an excellent surface fleet right here with air units in the islands, so that should be good. Do have to replenish the air units. Let's take a quick look at Europe before we end this episode. All right, got rid of all the German units. So I got a nice little front here. What is the deal with this guy? Well, I'm going to have to take not. All right, there's some fighters. Go get them. All right, the British fighters just came in time. Just the supplies were low, that's why. Damn it. Let's switch these. All right, that city's taken. Okay, got another port of not. Bring this unit up here and this one can land in Cherbourg next turn. All right. And pushing up units. Let's get Eisenhower. Get the 10th Army. Let's get the Bradley headquarters, so we got 2 headquarters. Put that one in Brest. Let's transport all our strong units that I can. Get them ashore. I don't see a German counterattack yet, so these guys can replenish and supply themselves. Then I can work down towards Bordeaux and Tours and just build a little front here. And then just at the right time declare war against Vichy. But I think, yeah, I got all the units ashore that I can. Now let's reinforce some fighters. Quite. Yeah, I'm just going to have to get these units going, get these ports supplied, and start just moving in them like crazy. Get as many units as possible and just build a army a turn and get these and just get the American and British units ashore. So, all right, I think that's enough for this episode here. Right over here. I think I've done as well as I can do. Was able to strike and land in France pretty quickly. Hopefully there's not going to be a major panzer counterattack, but I do want to get my bombers within striking range, so I can destroy any Panzer units that come. Yes, the 8th Air Force. See, the strategic bombers are always good to bomb and soak up fighters, and then your tactical bombers aren't going to get harassed. I'm going to send one fighter in this direction. Yeah, that's good. Bring the tactical bombers closer. So I'm going to need them, just in case to destroy Cannes. It's a little bit strong. I don't want to lose any units, but I'm going to have to bomb that city eventually. Okay, these guys not ready to transport yet. All right, I'm pretty satisfied what I've done right now, so until next time, thank you for watching. The invasion of Europe has begun.